Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ITSnippets. Today I'm going to show you how to remove the Spyware and Telemetry in Windows 10 from the Fall Creator update. The first thing we have to do is download the software, and we get that by going to www.oo-software.com/en/shutup10, or you can just search for Windows 10 Shutup 10. You just click on the download button to download it. Once it's downloaded, install it like any other application. In my case, mine is currently installed, or downloaded rather, to my download folder. Double clicking it to open it up, and then click yes on user account control when it pops up. Once you've opened Shutup 10, you can see it has split things into specific sections: privacy, app privacy, security, web browser, Microsoft Edge. At the top you see our file menu, where we have import and export settings, and exit we have our actions menu, where we can apply all the recommended settings, the recommended and somewhat recommended settings, or apply all settings, which includes some of the dangerous ones that may disable features. You can undo all your changes, and you can create a system restore point. You should always create a system restore point before making any changes using this application. ITSnippets accepts no responsibility if you damage your system following these instructions. Inside the view menu, you can group things by category and choose your language. It's nice and simple: English, French, Dutch, or German rather, Italian, I think that's Polish. And then we have the help menu. The help menu just gives you a short guide and can check for new version or about this software. So let's quickly go on to the actual settings that we're going to disable or not, as the case may be. As you can see down the side, anything that says yes will have no effect if you disable it, other than removing the telemetry. Anything that's limited may have a knock-on effect on something within Windows that you may use, and anything that has the exclamation mark and says no could potentially stop specific parts of Windows working. So with that in mind, pretty much anything with the yes on it is nice and safe to do, and you can do that right away. If you look at any of the sections, for example privacy, and you want to know more information about it, sometimes you can click on the actual wording itself and it'll give you some information about it. Sometimes this is helpful, sometimes it's not. So I'm going to give a quick rundown of the settings that I would change. Sharing of handwriting data, I would disable that. Sharing of handwriting error reporting, I would disable that. Inventory collection, I'd disable that. Camera and log on screen disabled, yep, that's for people who use face login, for example. If you're using face login, you probably want that option to be there. Anything that says advertising, I would automatically remove. Transmission of typing information, of course I don't want to send that to Microsoft. Disable conducting experiments with this machine by Microsoft. Why would I let them use my machine to test? This is my machine I use every day. Disable advertisements sent via Bluetooth devices. Why would anyone enable that? And now we're on to the more difficult ones. Biometric features. You can disable this. This is like fingerprint scanner, I think it's Windows Hello, where you use your webcam to log in, such like that. App notifications can be disabled. Access to local languages for the browser disabled, and sending URLs from apps to the Windows Store disabled. Now these are limited or not recommended, so at the moment I'm not going to disable them, but again, do so at your own risk. Under app privacy, we have app access to user account information. Don't want them to have that. Oh. Window tracking of app status disabled. Nope. Don't want them to tell Windows how many times, or rather, I don't want them to tell Microsoft how many times I've launched an application, and I don't want them to send any diagnostics information. Again, you can add app access to the camera, microphone, notifications, contacts, calendar, call, email, task, messages, and prevent them from running in the background. As you can see, these are limited or not recommended. So again, do so at your own risk. At the moment, I'm quite happy just to leave them as is. On to the next section, security. The password reveal button I don't actually mind, so I'm quite happy for that to stay there. User step recorder, again, what that is an application that allows you to track your mouse clicks and takes a screenshot when you make a mouse click. So if you were talking to an IT help desk, they may be able to trace how you're actually finding a problem or an error, so you may want to enable that. Personally, I'm going to disable it. Telemetry, well, that word in itself means I'm going to disable it, all three of those. And again, we're into some limited ones. Internet access of Windows Media Digital Rights Management, DRM. I don't use anything DRM enabled. I refuse point blank. App access to wireless connection disabled. So can you let apps enable or disable your wireless connection? And app access loosely coupled devices. This is like printers, for example. So again, I'm just going to leave them there for just now. You can always come back and add these later. It's entirely up to you. We'll move on to the web browser for Microsoft Edge. Disable tracking the web, of course. Disable page prediction, of course. Disable search and website suggestions, of course. Automatic completion of web addresses in the address bar, of course. I don't use Edge, so I could literally delete everything in here, but again, I'm leaving the limited and no one's available. Synchronization of Windows settings. Yeah, I don't want any Windows settings to synchronize across my devices. This would be so if you log in using, for example, your Hotmail or Outlook account, and then you log on to another Windows system using your Hotmail or Outlook account, then what it would do, it would synchronize all your settings between devices. Let's move on. Cortana I don't use, so I'm literally going to disable everything in here, but Cortana reset and disabled. Cortana personalization. Searches are disallowed, web searches are disallowed, display web results, search is disabled, download updates via speech recognition, I'm going to disable that too. And I'm going to disable cloud search. I really don't want Cortana listening in on me. Location services, I don't want functionality to locate my system or scripting to locate my system. Sensors for locating the system and its orientation. Now you may want to disable that. However, if you have a tablet, for example, where you flip from standard laptop mode to tent mode or to tablet mode, you may not want to disable that. Windows geolocation services disabled 1 and 2. Geolocation services in Windows manages the current location of your system and defines geographic boundaries, so-called geofencing. Deactivating it means applications can no longer access a geographic location through a service. You probably want to disable that. For the time being, I'm just leaving it on because these are limited ones, and it's the same for app access geolocation. Let's move further down. Application telemetry, well, that word telemetry again, these are all going. Diagnostic data for customizing user experience, that can go as well. Windows Update. Windows Update via peer-to-peer disabled. This means that your system could be used to send Windows updates that you've already downloaded to other Windows systems. It also means that you can download Windows updates from other people who've downloaded it. I don't believe that's actually a secure way to use your updates. I choose when I do my updates, which means I choose when I can get them. Disable updates to the speech recognition and speech synthesis module. I'm going to disable that. That's basically where they can teach Cortana new things that it can do via voice commands. Again, the next set are limited or no, but it's activate deferring of upgrades. This is actually built into the Fall Creator Pack anyway, so not such a big issue anymore. Disable automatic download of manufacturer apps and icons for devices. For example, if you go and install a new printer, the application sometimes downloads an image of that printer, so if you've got multiple printers you can tell which printer you're actually printing to. I quite like that, but again, your mileage may vary. Application updates through the Windows Store and automatic driver updates through the Windows Store, so you can disable them as well. You can also disable automatic updates completely. Again, it's not recommended you do these, and you can disable updates for other products. Now I use Microsoft Office, so I quite like getting my updates in one place from Microsoft Office. The next section is Windows Explorer. This is disable occasional showing of app suggestions in the start bar. No, disable that outright. I don't want you to suggest stuff that I don't want to see. Disable ads in Windows Explorer and OneDrive. In spite of that being limited, I'm going to do that. Again, I hate ads. Microsoft OneDrive disabled. I use OneDrive. Disable OneDrive access to the network before logon. I use OneDrive occasionally, not particularly in the moment, but I do use it for backups. Do not show recently opened items in the jump list at the start menu. Again, that's an ease of use thing. If you use it, use it. If you don't, you can disable it. Windows Defender and Microsoft Spynet. Microsoft Spynet membership disabled. Submitting data samples to Microsoft disabled. Reporting of malware infection information disabled. And Windows Defender disabled. Again, it suggests that these are limited or should not be installed. I use Windows Defender. I actually think it's quite good at what it does, so I'm going to leave these. But the choice is up to you. On the lock screen, you can disable Windows Spotlight. which is generally the pictures that are available there and the information about it, and the fun facts, tips and tricks on your lock screen. So I'm going to disable both of them. I don't really require them at the moment. This brings us to the last section, which is miscellaneous. Your feedback reminders disabled. No idea what that is. Microsoft often asks for feedback and transfers diagnostics of user data. Okay, I don't want to send diagnostic user data to Microsoft, so these can go. Extensions in Windows 10 search with Bing. I don't want to use Bing as my search engine. Disable automatic installation of recommended Windows Store apps. Definitely, I do not in any way, shape or form want Candy Crush installed on my system. Disable tips, tricks and suggestions while using Windows. I can disable that. I'm a power user, I really don't need that. Network connectivity status indicator disabled. I don't mind that, but this will show you whether your network has been disconnected or has not. Now that I've selected all of these, I would literally close this down. And it will say close ONO Sharp 10. Do you want to close ONO Sharp 10? Please note settings may possibly revert to their previous status following a Windows update. This does happen. Microsoft is fighting against software like this constantly. After updates, run ONO Sharp 10 anew and you'll see the changes that's been made and you'll be able to reset them automatically. So I'm just going to click yes to that. Some settings were changed which may require a restart. You don't have to do this right away, you should do this once you've completed your work so that new settings can be applied. You can restart your computer right now by clicking Restart Windows. Many thanks for using ONO Sharp 10. Well, I'm just going to click close and I'm going to reset after this because I'm recording a video at the moment and it's not wise to reboot while in the middle of recording.